Good afternoon and welcome to a new CCIT video on tech tips for your business, security, whatever you may need, you're going to get it here. Guys, welcome to a new video on, for the past few weeks we've been speaking about social engineering and what social engineering can do for you if you know what social engineering is about, and following all the tips and tricks to make sure that you don't get attacked by social engineering. So we've been following up till now with social engineering, but unfortunately our series has come to an end, and we will be following up if there's new social engineering tech tips coming around that we're going to show for you guys. But today we're going to be speaking about something new, something that's also going to help you guys in the business. That's what we're here for. That's why we're doing these videos, is to help you guys grow your small businesses, medium businesses, just to get your business up to that security standard so that you are prepared, so that your business does not fall under whatever cyber attack or whatever happens, so that you are prepared for something like that can happen, right? So guys, if you're here, it means you're probably one of our customers, maybe part of the CCIT family, and welcome. And let's get to the 6 new security tips and tricks that I want to speak to you guys about, so you guys can be ready for when it comes to your business, or who knows, anything that can happen, you know, right? So tip number 1, improve password protection. Okay, I know we've spoken about this before in social engineering, but it's still one of the most important ones that you need to keep on doing, improving in it. Using passwords to protect computer networks is pretty much a given at this point, right? If you want to make this the most of the security system, however, it's important to observe strengthened standards. So for instance, you might have a password that is small, right? And you want to change that, or maybe you've got a password that you feel like you need to maybe rather change that, make it a strong password, but also periodically, maybe month to month, keep on changing those passwords. Never keep the same passwords too long. Every 6 months or so, keep on changing passwords. Strong passwords are a must. At this, use of prompts to update passwords regularly, implementing policies to deal with the sharing of passwords, even with co-workers, is also a very good idea. So one of the first tips and points, always get it out there, one of the most important, password protection. Very good to improve that. Number 2, limiting access, guys. Layered security. If you've got an IT guy in your team, or you need some assistance with layered security, you can always give us a phone call. You can speak to an IT company so they can come out and get more layered security to your systems. For instance, it can help to keep most of the sensitive data safe, even if your system suffers a breach, right? This means limiting access to certain types of information and adding levels of protection, such as additional passwords, encryption, and so on. So if you've got very sensitive data, but you encrypt those folders, for example, and make sure that they are encrypted and they've got extra layers of security added to them, it means if you do get a security breach, there's another password those hackers need to get to. There's another layer of protection those hackers need to get to. Maybe beyond a zip folder, maybe even more. But that's what's going to help keep your data safe. So that is very important, limiting access. Very important one. Number 3, monitor personal devices. So let's say a small business, small business, you may not have the capital to provide devices like laptops, tablets, and smartphones for employees to use. In other words, employees may use personal devices to access company data. If this is the case, you need to create policies that allow your network administrator to install monitoring software, push automatic security updates, and call for regular password changes. You don't necessarily have to invade personal privacy in such situations or disallow specific software and apps. However, you must protect your business if employees put your network at risk while using their personal devices. And I agree with that. Let's say, for example, I walk into your business right now, I'm one of your employees. I go there and I plug in one of my personal flash drives, right? It's not being monitored, so we don't know what's on there. And that might have a potential malware, a potential security risk to the system. It could breach the system. So one thing that I always tell the businesses are, be very precautious with that. Rather have a rule in place where you can tell your employees, listen, you can work here, this is your laptop, this is your work area, this is the workplace, but no personal devices are allowed to be plugged in. If you want to charge your phone, bring your own charger. Don't charge it through a laptop. If you want to plug in a USB, bring your own laptop, bring a computer, or just bring a laptop that you can use, but don't plug it into the system that might just breach the network, and then those hackers might just get in, or there might be a malware breaching your system and even breaking your system which means that your business could be down and you could lose potential customers, right? So there's a lot of things that can happen. So it's very important rather to keep that aside, train your employees to do that, rather better just to disallow it completely, not using personal devices on computers or any laptops or even on servers. In case it's an IT guy coming there and he's only got one thing on there that's supposed to go into the server, I guess that's fine, right? But at the end of the day, you have to be very strict when it comes to those types of things. Number 4, training employees. We know we've got to train them. We've spoken about that in the social engineering. With technical support staff in place, employees advertently cause breaches if you don't train them appropriately. So when we were speaking about the social engineering, we said, try and keep up to date with social engineering tips and tricks that you can transfer them over to your employees, call meetings. It's the same thing. So making sure that employees understand how to use company resources and penalties for failing to follow security protocols is of the utmost importance. You can set up a contract, tell them, listen, if this happens, plug in a USB drive, you'll get a warning, or you might even get fired. So there's many things that you can do there to keep your business safe, just to keep your employees disciplined as well. Number 5, plan for an attack. So you need to work with an experienced IT consultant or in-house IT staff. If you depends on how big your business is. Each business is different, right? So plan for data breach, because such attacks are so prevalent, and it's best to prepare for the worst. Having a backup in place could help to get your business back up and running in the event of data loss. This is really important. I've seen it happen many times. There was a company that I used to work for as well before I started Gcomp IT services, and their whole business went down, but at least we had a complete cloning backup of the software on the server. So all we had to do is change the hard drives, get the server back up and running, and the business was back up and running in 10 minutes time, right? So it's really important. Get those backups, get images, get someone to do it for you. If you don't know how to do it, get IT out there to do it for you. We also do those services and we can help you with that. Give us a call. Number 6, hack yourself. One of the best ways to find vulnerabilities is to hire appropriate consulting firms or IT specialists to audit your system in search of weaknesses. I agree with that, right? If you think you're secure but you're not sure, try and get some people in, techies, people that you know maybe could potentially hack the system, see where they can find vulnerabilities, and then start patching the holes. From there, you can begin to make changes that will better protect your business, your network, and your clientele. So guys, that's all for 6 tips for this week. Now, I'm going to bring more videos to you guys, but those are really, really good tips to follow in just a small to medium business, maybe business starting off, or even big businesses. Cyber attacks are overall, and they're spreading, they're growing every day. So it's good that we follow these tips and tricks, and we can get better with business and also get our employees up to date with everything that's happening. So I thought to share this video with you guys. I hope it helps. Take care, stay safe. Cheers for now.